Is it
almost
countable? Everywhere we go, if I catch eye contact. And sometimes if I don't catch eye contact, they'll wait for me to walk by and then they'll sing it, or they'll call me Cypress. Yo, Cypress. That's been my name in New York for a long time. Yo, Cypress. Because sometimes they don't know all of our names, but they know what group we're in. So
right.
They won't say, "Hey, Be Real" or Dr. Green. Hey, yo, Cypress.
That's
Let's
awesome.
crack it. Thing is that Muggs was from New York. He was from Flushing, so a lot of his influence was from New York. His favorite production was like the Bomb Squad, which were producing Public Enemy and all their shit. They had like some of the most complex production at the time with bridges and breaks and these crazy sounds and stuff like that. So that's what Muggs got down with. Now when he moved out here and we start hanging out, he's introducing us to New York music, hip hop music that we heard. We heard some of it via the radio on KDAY, an AM station that was playing a lot of hip hop in the mix, and some of it mixed with R&B and soul throughout the day. So this is where we got our first introduction to hip hop. But Muggs, being from New York, whenever he'd go back, he'd come back with new records and he'd introduce us to stuff like that. And so when it came time to working on an album, he had all that influence, and being from New York and absorbing all that culture, it sounded sort of like New York style production mixed with a little bit of LA influence, especially with what Sen and I were kicking in terms of vocals, because we were using a combination of LA and New York slang, merged as one. So that's why a lot of people were confused, like, where are these guys from? You ask people in New York, they thought we were from East New York, and they were from Cypress Hills, New York. And people that were from LA, they were like, well, wait a minute, they kind of sound West Coast-ish. I think they're from out here. But they didn't really know until we came out and said, yeah, we're from LA. Our boy's from New York, and we're sort of a bridge, between LA and New York with the sound. So, yeah, it was always a New York influenced sound because, that's where he was from. But I think that's what added to us being different, because most things that were coming out of Los Angeles in that time or Southern California sounded like gangster rap.